Why, hello, Mr. Villager. Wouldn't you like to be a farmer today? No. Why not? What do you mean you'd rather be a cleric like your father?
Huh?
No, all clerics do is trade rotten flesh all day. That sounds boring. No, it doesn't sound interesting. Wouldn't you rather trade for carrots and potatoes? Well, look, I need someone to trade carrots and potatoes. You're going to be a farmer.
Huh?
Well, here you go. Off to your new job. The things I have to deal with. Villagers. Really. Hello, my fellow noobsters. It's me, Texas PK, and I'm here after checking out my carrot and potato farm. It's doing awesome, by the way. Already nearly filled up a chest of potatoes and a chest of carrots, so that's doing great. But today we're going on to the next farm, which is going to be building a wheat farm. Now, you could do a wheat farm using the same format that we use for carrots and potatoes, but it won't give you wheat. It'll give you bread, and eventually, actually, it breaks. There's something about the way their inventory fills up with wheat to get converted over to bread, and eventually there's no room for wheat to be picked up, and so you end up breaking your farm after just a few stacks of bread. So we're going to skip that, just go straight to wheat. How does that work? Well, it's going to be kind of cool. We're going to use some rails, we're going to use some minecarts with hoppers, and a little bit of redstone in order to make it all happen. And I'm going to also build around it kind of a really cool windmill. I think it's going to look great. I'm going to put the rail cart system underground, so what I'm going to first have to do is dig a nice little hole here, probably too deep. So let's go ahead and get started real quick, and we'll just start by digging a hole over this area right here behind me, and then we'll move on to the building. Alright, so we've got our area all dug out, so now we're going to go ahead and put in a base for us to put our rail cars on. Rail car with hopper is going to be our main collection for this. It's going to be all automatic. It's pretty cool. We're going to use some stone brick. Now, the reason I'm going to use stone brick is just I like to have something when I put redstone and rail cars and things like that, that if I don't want them to get messed up, I want to make sure that if I'm digging around underneath or next to it, then I won't accidentally dig them out. I'll see it and know something special is there. Now, I want to make this using the full maximum range of one section of farmland. So it's going to be a centerpiece plus 4 blocks out in each direction. And let's see, I think I measured this out right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's perfect. Alright, and then come out this way as well. Perfect. Alright, then I just need to fill this in, and then we'll start laying down our minecart rails. Okay, so our minecart platform is in place. Now what I want to do is have it start on this corner and work its way back in a serpentine pattern all the way to the other corner where I'll have it be the pickup location. So in order to do that, we need to have a block right there. And I think I'm going to dig out room to walk around it. So let's just go ahead and clear out one more row here so that I have room to work. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. We'll put... Oh, my inventory is full. Was not expecting that at all. Let me go drop some of this dirt and grass that I don't need off into our chest. There we go. Okay, so that looks good. Now what we're going to do next is lay down some track. Now I want to have an on-off switch for this, and this is going to be the starting point right here. So I might as well put the track right there, the lever right there for the track. So next thing we're going to do is put some powered rail and regular rail down, And I want to try and optimize this to where we don't use too much powered rail. So I'm going to go every 10th block of track. We're going to put a new powered rail in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10 would be right there. So let me go ahead and break that out and put in a piece of redstone block right here. And then, you know what I'm going to do? Just move that out of the way. And where did my cobble? There's the cobblestone. I'm a little slow on that one. Place it there. And then go all the way down the line here. This should be another 7. And so then this would be 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. And I'll just keep going all the way around. Won't be a big deal. I guess I could just run across the top. I don't have to dig into it. Let me go to sleep first. Alright, so back to the tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10th one is here. Now, you'll start to notice a pattern, or at least maybe you'll see the pattern. But I'm a little bit of a pattern nut, so I noticed it. Alright, so I want to put an unloading system here on this section here. So in order to make that work, I'm going to kind of need to put in a couple powered rails. But before I do that, I want to put in a hopper right here. This is going to be where the hopper with minecart unloads everything. Right there. And then I'll put a powered rail on top of that and a powered rail here. Now in order to have this thing automatically unload... ooh, there's some coal. I'll have to get that in a little bit. In order to have it unload into our chest, and I got 2 here. Like I said, this is just going to be a temporary chest that later on a minecart is going to take over to our farmhouse for central collection. In order for this hopper to unload into here, we want the minecart to just stop so that it doesn't just drop off one item and then leave. This will give it a chance to unload everything before it goes on to the next step. So we're going to put a basic comparator circuit that will help us make sure that this thing doesn't just run non-stop, that it stops when it's time. So first thing you have to do, let's go ahead and clear out a couple blocks here. Alright, so the first thing you got to do is we're going to put in a block that's going to power that rail. And then we're going to put in a comparator right here. So this will detect if there's anything in the minecart right there, and it will then send a signal through here. We can put a redstone torch right there, and a solid block right there, and then a repeater that then sends a signal through there. So because this hopper is empty, it says there's no signal. And this redstone torch normally is on, so since there is no signal coming from here, it stays on, which powers this block, which powers this repeater, which powers that block, which powers our powered rail. So let's just check and see if we made it work right. We should see the minecart run all the way to the other side and stop, because I haven't flipped the switch. So let's go ahead and check it out. And it did. Now I want to check and see if it works with collecting the items. So what I'm going to do is I'll just take and throw, well, let's just throw half of the stack onto the track, flick the switch, and see if the minecart does its job. It does. Now let's see if this turns off. Oh, it detects that there's something in that hopper, so it stops. and it will unload all of those, and when it's empty it should take off. And there it goes. Perfect. I love it when a plan comes together. Now all I need to do is put the farm up on top, and then we can put the building. So let's get started with that. I'll get rid of this cart and we'll get going with that. Alright, now to do the farm it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to just basically put a block over every single one of these rails, and then we'll till it and put some water in the middle and plant some seeds. Let's get to it. Alright, so all I have to do is pretty simple. Is since there's already a rail here, it will just automatically put the dirt at the right height above it if you place the dirt. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so now we just need to find the center of our farm so we can put our water source in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th block is where we want to go. So I'm going to dig that out. Alright. And put the water in that block. And then all we have to do is just till the soil and plant this and get some seed to plant. Why is it whenever I plant stuff, that's when the animals show up? So annoying. More seeds. Okay, so our rail system is all in place. Our farmland is tilled and planted and starting to get hydrated. Plants are growing, so now all that's left to do is to go ahead and put the building around this so I can go ahead and bring in a villager and get this thing working. So for that part though, I think we'll start with just a little time lapse. So let's just sit back, relax, and enjoy the build. Be right back. Alright, so that's pretty much it. The building is done. I really like how this windmill turned out. I think it looks pretty awesome. Let me just give you a quick little tour, and then all that's left is to bring our villager in. Let's take a look. Alright, as we come in the door here, you can see that there is a trapdoor going down into the basement, which is where we have access to our rail car. And I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. I put in a switch here to override the rail car being on and off, just to keep it in place in case I don't want it to be running when I unload a chunk. Unloading chunks is a thing. You can lose rail cars, you can lose villagers, you can lose all sorts of things. I've done it before. It happens. So make sure you turn your redstone off when you leave the chunk. Just saying. Then when we come over here, you can see coming back up into the first level, we have to where we can look inside and see how our villager is doing. But then we want to go up to the rest of the building. It's really going to be just wasted space. I don't really have any use for it. But just in case I want to put extra storage, or if there's something I want to do, it's here if I need it. I left the bottom part of this window open because I like to have unobstructed views. I kind of like it. It looks nice. But I also like how the fence posts kind of give it a rustic barn kind of feel as well. It's a windmill. It's not a house. Also up here we have a third floor as well. And I just like how it looks. Gives a good view of the distance and see how things are going on outside your windmill. Not that I'll ever be up here, but it could be used for some extra bulk storage. Alright, that's it. Tour done. Now it's time to bring in our villager. I'll be right back as soon as I got him carted over. See you in a sec. Whoa, there you go. Up and in. Perfect. Alright, now I just need to build a little barrier here so he doesn't accidentally escape. We wouldn't want that to happen. Alright, so let's see. All we need to do is get his workstation so he can lock in and have his jobs right here. Now technically you wouldn't need to give him a composter, but I plan on having villagers nearby in order to trade with them. So I'm going to need to make sure that there is one here for him so he doesn't try and steal the workstation from someone else in my trading area. Let's see, I think I want to have the jack-o'-lantern facing the room here. Boom. Light source. You can use any light source you want. I just think the pumpkin jack-o'-lantern fits more in the theme of this room, so it's all good. Alright, so now let's go ahead and knock him loose. Is he really planting from within the rail car? Oh, that's pretty awesome. I can't get him out of the rail car though. Ah! There we go. I already got some seeds, so he's good to go, but I'm going to go ahead and give him some more. I think I left them in there. I'm also going to give him some wheat so it fills up his inventory faster. The way this farm works is that once his inventory is full, he'll no longer pick up any of the wheat, and the rest will get picked up by the rail car. So I want to speed that up a little bit. I'll toss it down, give him the wheat. It's a little bit of wasted wheat, but the return will come in the... Oh, I think I picked up a rail car. The return will come in the end, so it's all good. Ah, the rail car picked it up. That's okay. I'll go get it and give it back to him. Where'd he go? He doesn't want any of the seeds or wheat I'm giving him. He keeps running away. Here, take these for 2. I don't need them. They're all for you. Alright, all that's left then is to put in the windows around here. Now normally I would put in glass panes, but I've noticed that sometimes when the farmer is working, he will kind of get messy, and the wheat and seeds that he gets will be thrown up in the air and land up on the ledge of this. So in order to prevent that from happening, what I'm going to do is put a full block in. That way anything that gets thrown up here that might get stuck on the edge just falls back down onto the floor for the minecart to pick up. I was thinking about maybe putting a door in over here later on, so that if I need to get in here, I can have easy access. But for now, this will be fine. Alright, he's all set. I'll check back in on you a little later when the crops grow up, see how it's working. Oh, there he is. He didn't pick it up. It looks like his inventory is full. Let's see Oh, it looks like it got picked up. Let's go check it out. There it is. First 4 wheat. It's working. It's working pretty good. That's how a wheat farm works. Simple and easy to do. It's a little more complicated than our potato and carrot farm, but I kind of like it because it's a passive farm. It's something you don't have to do anything to pick up. It just collects for you automatically over time when you're doing other things in the area. It does them for you, and then you just get the wheat. Micro farms might be faster. They might be able to get you a bunch of wheat in just a few minutes, but I'd rather have it pick up the stuff for me as I'm working on other things, so I have it ready to go when I need it and I don't have to worry about bone mealing and all those other things. I like micro farms too, but this is nice as well. That's it for this episode. I think we're all done for today. I really like how it all turned out. I love the way the villagers work for you and get all the drops you need, all the wheat that I'm going to need to start breeding up cows and all the sheep and all those things later on. So it really will come in handy in future builds. But like I said, I think that's it for today. So I hope you had fun. If you did, and if you enjoyed yourself, make sure you do all those things you're supposed to do. Like, subscribe, all those good things. And I hope to see you again in the next one. But until then, this is Texas PK. Be good to each other. Bye.